I open my eyes, and here I am, home again. Such a wonderful feeling. Okay. As usual, no one. That's good. That's very good. I like being alone. This is the main hall. How nice it is here. Every time I come here, I feel joy and pride because I dug all these holes. I don't even know which hole to go into first today. Are we a worm? I'm going the big one. I rarely go outside, especially since he's waiting for me on the way. There's a spirit standing right at the exit, and every time I pass by, he starts talking to me. I don't like intercourse with him. Okay, let's go down then. Ahead of me is my pebble space, where I keep the different stones I find during my excavations. I like to look at them, to stroke them. Oh, how I like to stroke them. Sometimes I even dream about stroking a stone. And the feeling is so real. What the fuck? I can feel it at the tip of my fingers. I love stones. And there's... Oh. And there's the stones. My jerk-off stones. Next. This is my sleeping place. This is where I usually sleep. Although I can sleep anywhere, I still prefer to sleep here. I'm so tired, but I can't sleep yet. Okay. Every tunnel is different. For example, this one is narrower than the others. Sometimes I think I might get stuck in it, and then my heart starts beating harder. My whole body gets tense. I can't help it. I have to move slowly if I want to get out of it. I love this feeling. Ooh. Oh, look at the little worm. Need to find something sharp to open it up and see who she used to be or what she has become. Okay, so I gotta find stuff. I didn't do the walls and the surroundings of this place. Surprisingly, it's always been this way. I can't even imagine how such a wonderful place came to be, as if it had been prepared especially for me. Okay, let's go back. I found a rock sharp enough to cut through someone's belly. Oh, that's great. It really is. Wonderful. She died when I was born, or so it seemed to me. I never knew my father, and maybe a creature like me has no father at all. For as long as I can remember, I have been alone all my life. At first, I just watched her body, hoping maybe something else would crawl out of it, and I would have a new relative. However, this did not happen. I talked to her body from time to time out of loneliness, though I mooed and made different sounds rather than spoke. Moo? Like a cow? I had to eat its various parts because I was hungry, so I am grateful to her. If not for her sacrifice, I would have died. Over time, I began to notice that her body was crusting over, and the places I had bitten were getting scarred. I realized that she was still alive, so I started eating her body more carefully, trying not to take too big of a bite. Layer after layer, her body grew a kind of crust, eventually forming a cocoon through which I could no longer penetrate. I don't know how much time has passed since then, but I waited and waited long enough for something to happen, but nothing happened. It's a pity she never saw what a beautiful creature I had become, how many tunnels I had dug. Well, now I'm sure I'm all alone in the world. Great. I'm tired of worrying about her. The remnants of a creature I came out of. I was worried that I would come out of the cocoon and want to eat. I was worried that it would come out of the cocoon and would want to eat me or avenge all my bites, but apparently it just decided to die quietly. Now my anxiety is gone. A little bit creepy. Anything else? No. Jesus. They're laughing at me. Every night when I try to sleep, they come to me to make fun of me. They laugh. They have so much fun when I cry. Jesus Christ, it's creepy. Oh my God. They watch during the day and wait for me to do something stupid, looking for opportunities to make fun of me so they can come and laugh at night. Sometimes they talk to me, they whisper things. They want me to go outside. After a night of torture like this, I usually wake up tired and hungry, so I crawl outside in search of food. These pictures are so fucking creepy. What the fuck? Yeah, that really is a terrible noise. Jesus Christ. It won't stop. What the hell? I agree. I don't seem to have any other choice. I have to go outside and see what's going on. There you are. I knew you'd show up soon. It's because of the noises, isn't it? I don't want to leave my home. Maybe it will subside on its own. Nonsense. Maybe they came to take your home. Maybe they came for you. Who knows what's making the awful noises? You must come out. Okay, so I'm out. And then what? You know what's next. The same thing you always do. The same thing you do when you're hungry. What makes your breathing quicken and your whole body tingle. It's time to go outside again. As soon as I crawled out into the open air, a disgusting sight came into view. There were metal creatures everywhere and a horrible looking structure that stood before my eyes. Just looks kind of like a barn or something. I had no specific plan of action, but one thing was obvious to me. There is construction going on and they are building right over my head, and something has to be done about it. There were too many people around, and I couldn't act out in the open. I had to wait for the right moment, and I started watching. You vile creatures will pay for disturbing my peace. Yeah, bees. What should I do with you? I have to be careful. If they find me, it's all gone. But I can't do nothing either. My strength is enough to deal with only one of them. Maybe if you kill one. The hunger is getting stronger and stronger. No strength to hold it back. Something has to be done. We'll spare him for now. Eventually the house was finished. Different people began to come and go from the house. The unbearable stomping was causing me to have anxiety attacks with every knock. What if they find me? What if it never ends and I have to move somewhere else? Where would I go? I don't have the energy to dig new tunnels. From time to time, I had to crawl out and see if everything was okay, if they were looking for me. For some reason, I had a distinct feeling that they had come to hunt me down. Then one day, people came in and dragged a huge number of boxes. A woman in a blue dress yelled at them and waved her hands. Then everyone left, but the woman stayed in the house. Time passed and no one else came to the house. It was just this woman. Well, she doesn't look like a threat, I thought. However, pretty quickly my life turned into a nightmare. Does she have a pet bird? Pretty much my entire living area was right under the house. Every action she took, every step, every sneeze echoed through the depths of my sanctuary. Her life became part of mine. Gradually, I got to know her schedule, what she does, how she does it. I knew all her habits, the rhythm of her gait. I began to feel that my sleep was disturbed. I just couldn't sleep with something constantly pounding, muttering, and shuffling over my body. In the few hours when I did manage to sleep, those ghosts of the night would come back to haunt me and make fun of me. Oh yes, now they really had a lot to laugh about. Thus my torture became a 24-hour routine. I have to do something about it, even at the risk of being caught, at the risk of losing my home. Who am I kidding? I don't have a home anymore. She took it from me. I must get out and stop this nightmare. A thrill of excitement overwhelms me. I no longer have the strength to hold back and watch from the sidelines. It's time to find out who lives above me. I need to look around carefully before I act. We're here. What's in the trash? Polygons. This is the first time I've ever been inside a human house. There's so much space, it makes me sick. The only thing worse than this is the outdoors. Pretty big for a worm though, huh? What you reading? Ah, I know what it is. It's called a book. Once upon a time I was very hungry, and just at that moment, a little man sat down next to the entrance of my home. I remember he had little hands, little feet. He was like a puppet. That little man also had a bag with him. I don't remember being aware of all the dangers of this world at the time, so I climbed out of my hiding place with interest and began to look at him. The little man didn't notice me right away, but when he did see me, his eyes widened and his mouth opened in an unimaginable way and made a horrible, disgusting sound. That sound was driving me crazy. I wanted to get closer to him, but he kept crawling further and further away from me. Eventually the feeling came over me, and then all I remember was his head in my hands. What? His body was lying somewhere nearby. His bag he had brought with him was slightly torn. And then I saw books scattered around. I don't know why they caught my eye, but I took them with me. Many pages were badly damaged and stained with blood. Some pages were missing altogether, but that didn't stop me. I began to study them, and it was thanks to these books that I was able to learn the language of these creatures and get some idea of the human world. I found new books over time. For example, recently, when I ate a couple of campers, I enjoy reading. I'll have to remember to pick this book up when I'm all done. I'm not familiar with human life, but I once saw construction workers staring into a similar dark box. They stared so intently and sometimes shouted something and raised their hands in the air. Strange creatures. I don't understand. Is that everything? What do you gotta say about the couch? What do worms think about couches? Hello. Huh? This thing is so soft and comfortable. It's like earth after rain, but it's still better in the hole. Can I push the TV off? Mess some stuff up. Let's take a giant worm dump. What a horrible, terrifying sound. I'll have to deal with that thing. It scares me. I remember people lugging these boxes here. I wonder what's in them. Is that a cactus? Oh shit. Almost. Okay, next room. Oh, there she is. That's it. There she is, lying in front of me. All that's left to do is take the first step. But I don't dare. Why? Something is wrong. My mood is not the same. I don't feel the same rush of energy and unbearable restraint as before. Well, maybe I should come back later. Apparently now is not the right time. Yeah, I should definitely keep an eye on her. Maybe it's a trap. Well, until next time, Birdie. Why couldn't I kill her? And all the sounds she makes now don't seem so disgusting to me. I would even say that I became interested in hearing what she's doing. There's water running down the pipes somewhere, and here she seems to be taking things out of boxes. Huh. I wonder what she keeps in them after all. I think when I was lying at her door, I felt something strange. A feeling I'd never had before toward another living creature. And so I look at the pile of skulls, and I want to take some of my best skull. What? And so I look at the pile of skulls, and I want to take some of my best skull, my dearest one, and take it to her. Okay, yeah. I understand. Leave it under the door somewhere. What's happening to me? Okay, we're back. Let's go take her a present. She'll love it. brought you bones. Chicks dig bones, right? I mean, worm chicks do. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Number 2. You taking a dump? I'll just leave it for you. Strange. The bed is empty. And apparently she's not in the house either. Where could she have gone at this hour? I have to leave what I brought for her and hurry back to the window in case she comes soon. Like Ding Dong Ditch, but leaving us go. Here you are, back again, but something has changed in you. Nothing has changed in me. Everything is the same as before. Is it? I thought you liked being alone. It is. And I will always be alone. I don't need anyone by my side. Why did you hesitate when you had the chance to kill her? What are you hoping for? What do you think will happen when she sees you? Same thing that always happens. Shut up. Your mere appearance will cause her to vomit. You're different from her. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Shut up. Or do you think she'll move here? Maybe, but only if in pieces, right? Shut up, you vile spirit. I'll prove you wrong. I'll go back to her house right now and wait for her in her bedroom. We'll go back to my place together, you understand? I told you. You've changed. Is she gonna be in bed this time? Or is she still taking a dump? No, not here. Oh. A note addressing Mark. Mark? Who's he? The note tells him to remember to pick up the box from the nightstand that contains candles needed for... I don't understand. There's a lot of words I don't know. Marie? Damn it, Mark. We did it. Take it to the basement. Pay attention. It's still moving. Should we just dismember? What? Should we just dismember it? Right in the basement? Body hurts terribly. What happened? I don't remember how I got here at all. I read the note, and then it hurts. I can't remember anything. I have to go home. What the hell? Are these psychopaths cultists? Here I am giving you my best skull. You're gonna sit here and try and dismember me? What the hell? Out the front door or the window? Window's closed. Oh. Is that tent? It's glowing. Maybe I go there. This is the tent of those pesky campers. They obviously shouldn't have set up camp near my place. Another glowy thing. Are we just a maggot that eats on the dead bodies of people these other people that I'm in love with kill? It won't be long before I'm home again. What's that? Backpack? This backpack is remarkably similar to the one the little man had. I remember how, in some fit of rage and hunger, I killed him. The books fell out of the exact same backpack. I took them, and that's how I learned to understand the language of humans. What's going on here? Taking a trip down memory lane, dude. What the fuck? Those trees. What is that? Salt? It wasn't here before. My body feels weak and sleepy, so I think I should lie down for a while. But I need to go first. Did it really work? Why is that thing still moving? Fuck. Something is wrong, Mark. I told you we should have dismembered it. At least we had a chance in the basement while it was passed out. You know it wouldn't help anyway. You can only be killed through a ritual. That's what the book said. My whole body feels as if it's weightless. I can't move. I can barely look from side to side. What's going on here? That's her, the girl I risked my myself. That's her, the girl I risked myself for by getting out. Who's that with her? I don't remember him. What an ugly thing it is. Do you think it knows what's going on? Who cares what that thing understands? Mark, it killed our father. Why doesn't it die is what worries me. Ugly. Why does she say such hurtful words? She didn't act like that. She didn't like what I brought her. And this is after all we've had? What? A skull? What a fool I was. I thought we were made for each other. It seemed to me that I knew her well. That maybe somewhere deep down in her soul she guessed about my presence and was waiting for me to come. Are you sure we haven't forgot anything? Solomon's cell is holding it together. Is that supposed to be Solomon's cell or Solomon's seal? But I don't see foam from its mouth or blue flames or anything like that. Holy shit, Mark. You're asking me that? Well, yes, I'm asking you. You have the book. That's what I thought would happen someday. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I should really die. Why should I live? She treats me like that. I feel something new again. As if 1,000 needles were tearing me from the inside. It's heartbreak, my dude. Oh shit, Mark. I get it. We forgot. Don't tell me. We forgot the f***ing candles, Mark. The f***ing candles. How could you forget the candles? It's a ritual. Come on. I think my strength is coming back to me. I can move again. So that's how it is. So she wanted to get rid of me all this time. Well, you know, you've brought me a lot of new sensations and feelings that I haven't experienced before. And now, after everything that happened, I'm so tired and I'm really hungry. I want to take you out to dinner. Mark, I think it's going to break out. Now it's your turn to come to my house. Got her. Why am I here? Huh? Even the voices have gone silent. They are no longer laughing at me. The spirit no longer speaks to me, too. And I dream only of darkness. Ever since the day I killed Marie, I've been lying next to the cocoon of my creator. I don't do anything. I just lie there and stare into the darkness. I look at my body, and it, too, is gradually crusted over. No one ever moved into Marie's house so I could enjoy the silence. No one ever moved into Marie's house so I could enjoy the silence, but I don't need it anymore. The crust is about to cover my eyes, and then I'm asleep for I don't know how long, maybe even forever. From everything that happened to me, I understood only one thing. When I was at her bedside for the first time, I saw her bare heel dangling from the bed. Ugh, we have a foot fetish? Oh, I should have eaten her at that moment. Thank you for playing. That was neat. Ending 1. I wonder how many endings there are.
Okay, I looked at the achievements. Apparently, there's 3 endings. Okay, this time, we're gonna kill him. Yum, yum, yummy bee. This is my skull room. After the first time I ate a human, I lay tired outside and didn't even have the energy to crawl back home. The very first one I had was some guy sitting in the woods drinking beer and talking to himself. At first, I didn't want to do anything to him. I was just interested in watching him. When he noticed me, he started laughing out loud and pointing his finger. Then he suddenly picked up a stick and started hitting me with it. When it was over, I lay there for a long time looking at his skull. Over time, I have accumulated so many skulls that sometimes I burrow inside this pile and gradually fall asleep. It's creepy. Worker skull. Another skull in my skull collection. I have absolutely no memory of how it all happens. It's like I'm in a wild ecstasy and then it's over. My stomach is full. My breathing is heavy and I want to sleep. I need to look around carefully before I act. Okay, let's see if there's anything different. I've seen people eat out of plates and use cutlery many times. It makes no sense to me. The contact with food is so pleasant. Sometimes I notice that I like not only the fit of the contact with food is so pleasant. Sometimes I notice that I like not only to fit my sharp teeth into the victim, but then also to lie in its remains for a while, covered with warm blood until it's cold. What about the knife? Nothing? This is the first time I've been inside a human house. There's so much space it makes me sick. The only thing worse than this is the outdoors. is locked. Okay, we've seen all this before. Yeah. Yeah. These sick bastards are ripping out plants and putting them in containers. I find it difficult to understand the meaning of these perverse acts. Oh. Whoops. Okay, I got stuck. Okay, we're back. That was dumb. Love, my dude, love. Boxes are different. The pile of laundry. I could smell it as soon as I entered the room. That smell. It holds your breath. I've never smelled anything like it before. Maybe I should take something with me, just as a reminder. Ugh. Take some dirty panties? Yes. I decided to take one of her dresses with me. What else is different? Nope. So she likes reading as much as I do. That's great. She reads so carefully that she even highlights individual pieces with circles. On one of the pages I saw a picture of a headless body. It looked suspiciously familiar to me, but I can't remember from where. Well, now that I know what was in those boxes, I don't have to dig through them myself. Wonder whose body that was. Yep, Kemper's. Her dress. What is it doing here now? How? Oh, that's different. What's that? Oh, a backpack. What? Now it's your turn to come to my house. Oh, this is new. I moved into Marie's house. You could say she invited me herself, huh? Now she and I can talk to each other a lot. I also began to better understand why people put flowers in pots. However, I don't use flowers. I like other things to furnish my surroundings. I also removed that awful black box. Now instead it's something that is pleasing to my eye. I think I can live here. Marie doesn't seem to mind either. I'm getting more and more used to open spaces. Marie and I will have to go down to my place one more time though. We are expecting children. Ugh. Ugh. I can't imagine how it would happen myself, but the larvae are already pretty big. They will need to be taken to my lair. After all, they are my children. They will be more comfortable there. By the way, my voices have stopped and I don't hear that awful laughter anymore. I think I now know what the word happiness means. And yet, sometimes I feel sad. Oh, what? Ending 3. Maybe ending 2 is killing the dad and then not getting the dress, I guess. Try again. Now we kill her. Oh, there we go. In the end, Marie was just another skull in my skull collection. From then on, the voices never ceased. They began to follow me during the day. The laughter never ended, but it didn't annoy me. I finally found the meaning of my existence and began to laugh with these bizarre creatures of the night. I began to enjoy waiting for new tenants, playing with them. Eventually, of course, my tunnels were discovered, but by this time I had already managed to move to another dwelling. Especially since my collection has grown so much, I needed more space. I also read in the newspaper that after my tunnels were discovered, they found the remains of my creator there. They say they've never seen anything like this in their lives. As for Marie, I can hardly find her skull among these remains now. And not that I would like to, but I am grateful to her. After her betrayal, I realized my place in the world, and now I work non-stop. When I get tired, I sit down and laugh non-stop while looking at my triumphant collection. Okay, that's all 3 endings. Nice.